Welcome to the pod.
Thank you.
I remember posting a picture of the two of us from Fashion Week, and I've never been more inundated with DMs. Have her on your pod.
I'm actually so honored.
I feel like we're doing that massive service today.
I love it.
How are you? I'm so happy to have you in LA. How exciting is that?
I'm great. I haven't been here since May, so I'm excited to be here.
I feel like you're never here. We were just saying this.
I know. I've been to New York like 3 times in the past 3 months, and LA is not getting the love right now, but hopefully more in the new year.
You and I met in the funniest way in New York.
Yeah, in the elevator, right?
Well, I walked into the elevator. I think I was running somewhere. I was not in a cute outfit, and in walks Hannah in literally the cutest outfit I've ever seen in my whole life.
And I got no pictures in it. I think I need to outfit repeat.
It's great because I have the mental memory of it, and that for me counts. But I remember not even registering that was you because I was just so in passing, and I was just okay, cutest outfit ever. And then you were like, thanks. And then I think I walked out of the elevator and it clicked for me. I was like, oh, that was Hannah.
No, totally. I feel like it was the same for me. When I see someone unexpectedly, it doesn't register to me who they are until 30 seconds later, and it always creates the most awkward encounters. So at least we were on the same page there.
And then I ran into you again in the elevator. I was coming out of the spa. I was in a full robe and and sandals. And you were again, dressed to the nines going somewhere. And I was like, great. This is awesome.
We know you're chic, so it's fine.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Because sometimes I leave the spa down there and I'm I don't want to put my normal clothes back on. I'm
100%.
wet from the sauna or whatever. Yeah.
You're in a hotel. It's a safe space.
Phuket's is my favorite place in the world, but it is a place where you run into a million people. So maybe not my strongest hour, but I'm glad it was you.
Honestly, fair, but love Phuket's, and we have that in common.
We are Phuket's girls. Mm-hmm. It's the best. And then we got seated next to each other at Tory Burch, which I was
such a happy accident.
Beyond. I was oh, so I guess we need to be friends.
Yeah.
And then everybody was have her on the pod, and now we're here.
Here we go.
Lately, I've been really interested in this idea of when you think about your personal style, is there one item that comes to mind that you feel is most emblematic of who you are as a person and what you want to be wearing all the time?
It's denim.
Wow.
I feel like it's a really good pair of jeans. That's what I'm gravitating towards. However, I will say if we're getting a little bit funkier, it's a micro short.
I love that for you.
I love a micro short, and I'm not over them.
Someone actually asked, because I put up a question box knowing that so many people would want to know and have very specific questions for you. And girl, they were specific. I was wow, I've never had this level of specificity, so I can't wait to get into those. But one of them was, are micro shorts over?
No, I don't think so. I don't think,
yeah,
because your legs become the accessory.
Love.
And I just think that they're a moment, and I don't think they're over. I just think that it's that time of year where I'm not reaching for them the same way that I was. They're so great, but I do love them with tights. Mm-hmm. I think it's very chic. It just really depends on how you wear them too. I don't think that a singular item of clothing can ever be quote unquote over. I just think it's how you style it.
I was having a conversation at dinner the other night with a friend who was are barrel jeans out? Mm. And I said to her, I don't think certain items like that are in or out. Do I think the Labubu is a trend? Absolutely.
Totally.
But I think something that has to do with proportion, size, I even think about that with drop waist dresses. Mm-hmm. All of that to me has so much to do with what suits your body type.
Yeah.
A barrel jean is so great for someone who's super tall. On me, it looks kind of funny. But I think all of these things are just things that either look good on your body type or not, and are things that you can accentuate or not, like a micro 100%.
Short. Yeah, and a micro short isn't for everyone. Barrel jeans, I actually have a pair that I packed for this trip. I think it just depends on how you wear it, and also I often get asked, what you were asked, is this in or out? And it's nothing is in or out.
Yeah.
We can't be slaves to trends. You have to wear what you like, even if, maybe it was at its peak a year or two ago. It's just about how you wear it and wearing it with confidence.
Okay, so I feel like everybody listening right now has had a moment where we all realized that all of the Chody sisters are related.
Yeah.
I'll never forget my moment. I was wait, what? They're related and then they're related?
No, totally.
It was great. But I have really loved following all of you, specifically from a style perspective, because I feel like each of you has a very distinct sense of style. I can look at something and say, oh, that's so Hannah, or that's so Brett. They're just different. And I wonder what your house was like growing up and how each of you kind of came into your own sense of style. Like, did you have a fashionable household?
Both my parents have great senses of style individually.
Okay.
And my mom was always just very clued into what was cool before I realized that she knew what was cool. You know, it was the classic, Hannah, we should get you this coat for winter. I say, no, that's weird. And then the next winter, I'm asking for the coat. I remember it was a North Face puffer jacket when I was like 8. And then by the time I was 10, I was begging for one. She was like, oh, I told you so. She always knew what was cool before I knew. And growing up, I had some things from like Abercrombie and stuff, but my mom really emphasized shopping at boutiques and stuff like that. And so I used to get made fun of. I remember on like AIM for wearing skirts to school in 5th grade and stuff. And so I think that my style has always been really important to me. And I think I learned a lot of it from my mom, just because she was so in the know. But it evolved so much. Like, I went through a super preppy phase in high school. And then I tried to steer as far away from that as I could in college, and was only just wearing like the Eero leather jacket with every single thing.
Oh my God,
you know that era?
was an era.
I still have them because you never know.
I mean, yes, you never know. I definitely don't still have mine, but it's true. You never know.
And so I think that my style's evolved and it's really ebbed and flowed. And I feel like only in the past few years have I really like honed in on it and kind of taken away all the noise of, like, I think it's really hard to find your personal style in a way because, especially with social media, you're just seeing so much that you don't want to, you know, just copy other people's style without really finding what resonates with you. And so I think you really have to do some inner work in your closet to really hone in on it.
What does that look like for you?
I think that I stopped I used to place mass Zara orders just all the time, and then I would wear something once and never again. And I really tried to stop doing that. Or I would see something on Instagram when I was like 25 and I would immediately buy it without like thinking about it in my wardrobe or in my life. And instead I stopped having like these visceral reactions to pressing purchase on something. And I would really try to think about it. And I also don't scroll like Pinterest for outfit inspo. I really try to just be in my closet and, okay, I love this piece. What are different ways that I could wear it? And then you just kind of go from there. It's a lot of trial and error, like you said, and finding what pieces, styles, etc., like really resonate with you, and then building your wardrobe from there.
I find it so interesting that you don't like Pinterest.
Yeah.
And I love Pinterest, so I want to hear give me the discourse.
So I'm anti-Pinterest. I think that if you don't have a true sense of style and you're chasing micro trends all the time and you don't know you don't have a uniform maybe, or you don't know what truly works for you, I think that if you're just scrolling Pinterest and looking at like what's hot in the moment, you're never going to figure out your personal style because you're always just going to be going after these aesthetically pleasing photos, images of these girls who have perfectly curated outfits in your mind. And I think that, you know, if you have a piece that you really love and you want to wear, Pinterest is great to find inspo on how to style it or something like that. But I think that if you're constantly scrolling Pinterest for outfit ideas, you're not looking at your true sense of style and what truly brings you joy and what you want to wear. And so that's kind of where it comes from. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I think there's so much great inspo on Pinterest, but if I were to give advice to someone who's like, I don't even know what my style is, I'd say get off Pinterest because you're getting confused by looking at all of it all the time.
You know, it's funny. Kennedy and I, who's in the room right now helping, we're just talking about something about your content before you walked in, which was that you can be super high gloss, and there are moments where I see you like super high fashion, but your everyday content, and I think a big reason of why it resonates so much is that it's like very lo-fi. You're just super in the moment. The caveat of Pinterest in my mind is that when you go on there, you're seeing these like very Tumblr Pinterest inspired images. It's like a woman walking and like her skirt is like blowing in the wind. It's like a 0.2 shot of like the close up of an outfit. Yeah. And I think it's really good if you want to mood board for a feeling or like 100%. An aspirational type of style you want to achieve. But for day to day, it's not going to get you there.
It's very aspirational. I love looking at people's Instagram feeds or whatever who have those amazingly beautiful photos. And I'm so impressed by it and
Me too.
I love it. But I also do think that from a content perspective, like you don't want to lose relatability either. You know, I think you can be both. Like you have to have an aspirational side, but then also feel a bit down to earth on some level. And I think that always being done up or having that perfect curated image or that perfect outfit every single time isn't real life.
Something I actually really appreciate about your personal style is that I feel like every time I see you, and our elevator encounter is a perfect example of that, you are wearing something that in theory is casual and can be worn every day, but you do such a great job of dressing it up.
Thank you.
And I feel like when I saw you in the elevator that day, you were wearing like a tee, a skirt that was like was kind of like a loose everyday material.
Yeah, it was like a gauzy, like wrinkly situation.
Right. But then you had, you know, I remember you had glasses on and it's crazy that I remember, but it was so great. You had a little pump on, you had like great accessories. So talk to me a little bit about how you create these outfits that are so approachable, but you always look so polished.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I don't feel polished all the time, so I really appreciate it. I do, though. I feel like all of my outfits do revolve around a basic. Whether it is really good denim or a t-shirt. Like, I'm always pairing a t-shirt with something fancier. Because I just think that it kind of creates that, like, you want a point of interest in your outfit, too. I think that, you know, even if it's basic, a fun accessory, an unexpected pattern, something like that is just a really easy way to add dimension and layer to your outfit. And so I think that for me, it's, okay, can I do a casual t-shirt? I think it was a chocolate brown t-shirt with this, you know, midi skirt with a kitten heel. And then I'm going to pull in a Western belt. Like just adding like another something instead of, I'm like the opposite of someone who's like, oh, remove one thing before you leave the house.
I
like,
never get that.
I'm like, how can I make this like a little, because if the belt weren't there, it would have been cute still. But I think, you know, I like to add something unexpected. And I do think the t-shirt can serve as that, but then also a fun accessory as well. And so that's kind of what I go for. Like today, I'm wearing this super simple outfit, but then I have a fun coat.
I love the white tee bit because I think if you are, like I think about so many pieces in my closet that I love that are quite dressy. And I always get stuck with what to do with that. I'm like, should I put a button down on? Should I put a big leather jacket over it? Like you almost always feel compelled to keep dressing it up. And I've been surprised recently by how many outfits that I love where I'm like, I'm just going to put a t-shirt on with that and see what happens.
I think that it makes it seem even more effortless too. Even though it's not always effortless, but if you can play it off as such, it's great.
It's great.
Or if you have a really fancy blouse, like that with a pair of vintage Levi's, so chic. Like that's cool.
The contrast is great.
Yeah.
I actually heard, and I don't remember where I heard this recently. I think it was on Diary of a CEO. But Stephen had a guest on who said confidence is being able to go out in the world and know that you're a flawed person. And I kind of liked that for fashion.
Yeah.
Like confidence is being able to walk out the door and know that there's like a little something off with your outfit, but you're still down with it and you're going to rock it and it's going to look great. I loved that. I was like, oh,
it can apply to anything.
It can apply to anything. While we're talking about white tees, what's your go-to?
I have a few. I love the Lisette Margot tee.
Classic.
I mean, it's a classic. Everyone talks about it. My favorite splurge tee is the Kate oversized white tee, but I've like stained too many of them. So now I have to I've stopped buying them because it's not okay.
Tees are so hard. It's just that fabric that like, in my opinion, attracts stains.
Yeah. It's just so hard. And then I love this tee that I'm wearing is Flore Flore. And then Reformation makes a really good like little, I wouldn't call it a baby tee, but it's a little bit more fitted that I also like for layering. And I don't know, there's a lot of them, but those are the first four that come to mind.
I say Reformation has really great basics, and I don't think enough people go to Ref for those basics.
They go for the new, like...
wedding dress guest idea, mini skirt, summer.
And they do a great job with everything, but I do think their basics...
so good.
...are in really good prices.
Their jeans are all I wear.
Really?
They make a really good Levi's, like, dupe.
Okay, I gotta try them.
Which, like, for me, I love a vintage Levi, but I'm a little lazy and like to go out and try to find the perfect fit. Ref has like a great deeper cut.
No, vintage Levi's are tough.
They are. It's just, you know, it's a hunt.
It's a process.
It's a process. Have you been to Shop RLT here in LA?
No, I need to go.
Go
Should
on
I
this
go
trip.
tomorrow?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
It's on Beverly, right across from Air One. So if you're like trying to do an Air One stop, it's a great vibe. And her basics are great.
I've heard.
Her white tees are all I wear. I really like a ribbed tee, and she makes a really great one because I just kind of like the texture underneath anything. I sized up in those, though. I wear a medium because I like that they hit like a little over my jean line.
Totally.
But they're really great and soft and wash so well and last a while.
I've been hearing so much about Shop RLT lately, so thank you for reminding me.
Of
I'm
course.
gonna go.
On the note of accessorizing, because you were saying that that's kind of the way that you amp things up. What's your go-to? First of all, you're always in like the best jewelry game. Like I always love all the layers. I'm someone who's like a bit more minimal with my jewels, so I always admire when someone's able to layer so effortlessly. So talk to me a little bit about where you're going for accessories.
I would say that for shoes, I'm kind of all over the place. I think from like an affordable standpoint, Tony Bianco does a really good job.
Hey.
Fabulous.
Love.
I just got a pair of ivory like scrunch loafers from him that kind of look like the Row, and I actually think the shape is a little bit better than the Row ones.
These are really nice.
Yeah, I think they're very good. Great knee-high boots, because knee-high boots can be $1 million.
So expensive.
And sometimes I just don't want to spend that. I don't feel compelled.
Yep. Especially because this is so bad, but with shoes, I find that they get scuffed up so fast that I am like not compelled to splurge on shoes lately.
Yeah.
I love to splurge on shoes, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, oh, they get so messed up.
I agree. I will say I am a creature of habit when it comes to my shoes, especially in the heel category. Like once I find something that works, it's pretty much what I'm wearing with everything. Like the Row Bare sandal in black and white is basically the only heel I wear all summer. And then I love like a Manolo kitten heel.
Me too.
Or something like that. I just think it's so chic, and dress it up, dress it down. And then with bags, like I'm kind of all over the place.
What bag are you carrying today?
That is Kate.
That is Kate.
Yeah.
Is that the
Scarlet? Is that what it's called?
It's very cute.
It's a hobo.
I feel like Kate is really your vibe.
I really love Kate.
I love Kate for you because also there's like a little bit of that Western hint to it, and you're in Austin, so it probably works perfectly.
Kate boots are my favorite. I just got a Kate calf hair zebra clutch that I'm really excited about. But I've honestly felt very uninspired by purses lately, especially designer purses. I go into the stores and I'm kind of like nothing's speaking to me. I don't know. And then I love a really big sunglass.
Well, you're the queen of that. I saw you just redid your closet, and your whole wall of sunglasses is very inspiring to me as someone with like 6 or 7 pairs of sunglasses. I don't have a lot.
Yeah, I really love an aviator. And I always have. I think that they come and go, but obviously in the past couple of years.
This year specifically, they've been everywhere.
I have a broad face, and so I feel like the tiny sunglasses thing never worked on me.
Me too.
Like where my cheekbones hit or something, like I look crazy in them. So I like a big sunglass moment.
I would say sunglasses for me are the hardest thing in my closet.
They're hard. And so you really have to embrace it. Like what you said, buy it in every color. Like if you find a shape that works for you, get the black, get the tortoise. If they have a fun color, just do it.
That's me with the Kate 1983C sunglasses.
Are those the ones you were wearing at Tory? The really cute Oliver Peoples ones?
They're the only ones I wear.
Yeah. I love those.
I have them in every color. I got them in tortoise. I got them in white. I got them in cream. I got them in red. They're so pricey, but over time I've just kind of like bought them as like a new season happens.
No, 100%.
But yeah, I feel like I've seen so many fun TikToks of people trying the aviators, and they're like, this just does not work for me. I feel like you just kind of have to like have the confidence to wear them.
You just have to wear, the Phoebe Philo sunglasses are absurd. I have like a giant pair of Phoebe Philos and a giant pair of Miu Mius, and they're crazy, but you kind of just have to own it with the look.
Yep.
But also, going back to finding your personal style, if that is not for you and you're just wanting to wear it because that's what everyone else is wearing, don't do it.
I want to hear about your Goldman Sachs experience because I feel like dressing for that specifically must have been a very interesting experience and super different than what you're doing now. So
totally. Can
you share a little bit about what you were wearing to the office every day and how that environment kind of impacted your style? Because I feel like even now I can see like the elements that feel really professional and polished, but what were you wearing to a bit more of an intense job every day? For people listening who do go to the office, maybe you can give them a little bit of inspiration.
I had a pair of like these COS straight leg, like cigarette black pants that I wore. I had like 3 pairs of them, and I liked to wear those with like more of an oversized blouse situation. And I had like, I think I wore my patent leather black Manolos like every single day. A lot. Zara had, I think they still do, I just don't look for it anymore, had some great workwear. And then I had some cute like Theory and Rag & Bone dresses. When I started, I wore a lot of dresses, like Theory, Rag & Bone, Sandro. Like that was kind of my vibe. And then it kind of evolved into more pants just because, I don't know, I got a little bit sick of the dresses. And I want to say right before COVID, Goldman technically switched to a casual dress code. But I never wore jeans. Like, not many of us changed the way that we dressed, but it was, you know, nice knowing that we could. And so with that, I would wear, especially in the colder months, just like a lot of sweaters. I had a few like oversized cashmere dresses that I would wear like belted with a boot. A lot of oversized blazers. I loved like a collar popping out of something. So I even had like a little, I think it's called a dickie, that just goes under the sweater. So you don't have to wear the full shirt, but then you get the collar moment.
Veronica Beard makes a bunch of those.
Yes. And then I had a lot of like plaid and houndstooth pants that were really cool. Like I liked a good pant with like a black sweater or something like that.
I love that you brought up COS. COS, I think, has some of the best business wear, workwear out there right now. And it's such a good price point. I went to their show this last season and everything was available fresh off the runway that day. And I was like, this is
such a great concept.
And I loved the show. I thought it was really great. But more so than ever, I'm like so on their website all the time looking for things. And I think their price point and quality is amazing.
Really great quality, really great. Like their cashmere sweaters.
I was just about to say that. Insane. I just got a navy one and I'm like, this looks like it's the cut of the row, but it's not.
Yeah.
And obviously it's not as soft, but I think it's under $300 and it's amazing.
They have really, really good ones. And so I think also just like layering, whether it was a button down with like a sweater and then a blazer and just creating interest through layers. I will say my style would probably be a lot different if I were in an office now. I'd probably take more risks, but you know.
You would take more risks if you were in an office?
Now, I think.
That's so
not
interesting.
in like a risque way, but I think I would be a little bit more high fashion just because I think maybe that would have made my days a little bit more joyful and more interesting. But, you know, especially when you're young in a big corporate environment, you kind of want to not fade into the background, but not necessarily stand out in that way. So I always tried to look very polished and well-dressed, but not too crazy. When I see people walking into like the big banks in New York now, I'm like, do I miss it? Like, am I okay?
Just for the fashion.
Yeah.
You're like, I miss the outfits.
Like, yeah, just the vibe of like going into a big fancy office and like having that like good outfit in your fancy job. And I'm like, no. I don't want to go back to that.
Someone did actually ask me in an AMA recently that they just got a new job. It's corporate. And they were like, I don't know where to start with building like a work capsule wardrobe. What would you say to that?
I would say that if you like a button down, get a couple good button downs. Also, a button down bodysuit that you can wear with like a skirt.
Genius.
So you're not worrying about tucking, because tucking is my worst nightmare.
Worst.
I'm not good at it.
It's why I actually just got a bunch of button downs from TWP. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
Love TWP.
I'm obsessed with that brand.
Yeah. I just got 3 great items when I was in Dallas. They opened a boutique there.
I am so obsessed with them. It's a mother-daughter duo. The fit is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I got these like Oxford button downs that are cropped. So they hit right at the waistline, which I like. If I want them to be tucked in, I can. But I like that I don't have to deal with tucking them in and I still get the polished vibe of a button down. They're so good.
Yeah. Her stuff
I love them.
is really great.
Really good.
I think a couple good pairs of trousers. You can go to Zara and COS. I just bought an amazing pair of TWP trousers if you're wanting to invest a little bit more. I think that, I don't know how fancy, but like the Row Gala pant and the iterations by like Laline and stuff that are similar to that. Nice material. You can wear it with a sweater. You can wear it with a blouse, but it's still comfy.
For my listeners right now, that is the third week. I'm sure a lot of people's ears perked up. That is the third week in the row. The Row Gala pants have been brought up.
I love them
third
so much.
Week in a row, guys.
I
We're
hate that I love them.
It's crazy, and everyone says that. Allison Bornstein said it last week. The week before that, Marin Taylor, who's a stylist. Everybody loves these pants.
They're really great. Do you have them?
No, but 3 for 3. So I think I have to go try them.
They're really good.
I can't believe that happened.
Like I wear them on planes.
Okay.
I wear them.
Are they silk?
They're
You
like
can
a
get one that's not silk.
viscose
Okay.
combo, I believe. The classic, but they make wool ones.
Okay.
Like,
and it's like a stretchy waistline?
yes.
Okay.
And then just a wide, slightly flared leg.
Okay.
And they're very chic.
Great travel
Lillian
vibes.
does a great dupe.
Okay.
I just had a capsule collection that came out with Fumoda, and I did something
Congrats.
similar there.
Yeah, in my mind, I'm always like, buy like a black and a white trouser, like black midi skirt, and then 3 tops that go with it, and a blazer, and like mix and match.
Yeah.
Like I love the idea of buying like 6 things and playing Tetris
Yeah,
with it.
and throw sweaters you already own over your shoulders.
Yep.
A sweater over the shoulders always looks good. And yeah, it's a lot of mixing and matching. Throw a belt on with your midi skirt
Yep.
that you might not usually wear with it. You don't have to wear heels every day. Like when we came back to work in 2021 after the pandemic, I don't think I wore heels once. I was in ballet flats and loafers every day.
So you are now head of e-commerce for your family business.
Yes.
And I find that really interesting, especially as someone who's in the fashion space and is working with brands and doing collaborations. In your mind right now, obviously, of course, you'd say Garrett has great e-com strategy, but is there a brand that is catching your eye in terms of their own strategy that you think people should be paying attention to?
You know who has caught my eye recently just across like their entire life cycle is Adanola.
Interesting.
I find that they have very aesthetically pleasing I get pushed a lot of their ads. And so I very much appreciate them when I see them. And I think that they're very interesting. And I think that it compels you to want to go to their website. And so I think that any brand that is doing that, I think that Chelsea does a really good job with that with Park.
Yep.
Like you want to go to the website, you want to see what they have, but then also it's these brands like Set Active and Form do it as well, where it's kind of a drop model where it's like, oh, too late, you have to decide you want it like as soon as it comes out. And I think that as much as drop models can be frustrating for the consumer, I do think that it builds brand loyalty and it drives sales. And so obviously being in the food industry, like it doesn't work like that. But I think that from an e-commerce perspective generally, I feel like that really works. I also think just having a very cohesive marketing strategy overall is very impactful. So does your social media reflect the brand? Does your your paid marketing does that align with your social media, which also aligns with your website? And it's like, does the consumer life cycle make sense like on every kind of entry into your website? And that's something that we're really working on at Garrett and trying to improve.
I love that you are an advocate for the drop culture, because I feel like drop culture for a while was kind of shunned. People were like, we're over that. We're over the like only limited quantity and only certain amount of people can get it. And I always think of Off-White because it did so well for Virgil and Off-White. And I think I think you're 100% right. It really gave him the most intense brand loyalty and people were obsessed with it and people were lining up for days to get it. I also think of brands like Kith. Like Kith does a lot of drop culture and they have such a dedicated fan base. So, and even now, like Set and Park do it that way and they sell out literally every time.
It creates loyalty. I do get it. I think it's frustrating if you're the person who can't
doesn't
get
get
it. Yeah. And so, do I wish that I think that, somewhere in between is probably the best strategy, but brand loyalty is everything. It builds brand equity. And if you have, loyal fans who will keep coming back, like that's what sustains a brand. So,
it's interesting. A lot of people asked in the comment box what you see for your own future. And I'm sure that it's interesting to be, I'm such a big fan of family businesses, and I'm such a big fan of the next generation coming into family businesses across everything, entertainment, fashion. I even love seeing so many fashion brands, the younger generation come in. For you, I wonder what you see for yourself for the future, if you feel compelled to like honor the family legacy, keep it going, or if you could see yourself going off on your own one day and doing something different.
Yeah, I think that I've really enjoyed maintaining like this role in my corporate job, if you will, while doing everything else that I'm doing, because it kind of keeps me grounded. I think that I just, especially coming from the finance space, I think that I needed something, you know, a little bit more analytical, and like I need to have that touch point every day of like not thinking about myself and just doing a job and strategizing with other people, working with others. And obviously it's my family business, so I have a vested interest in the company. And I think that like I'm very aware of who our fan base is right now, and also trying to appeal to a younger generation, you know, and what that new guard will look like for Garrett. And so I don't see myself leaving in the foreseeable future. I mean, you never know. My husband and I also, like, such a tangent, bought a nut milk company based in Austin, Bronx. And so, you know, maybe once that gets bigger, what does that look like for me? I think that there's a lot of different avenues I can take. But I do think that I'll always do something in addition to content, just because I like to, you know, think about something else and be busy with other things as well.
What's the best and most important thing you've learned from working within your family business so far?
Oh, I would say it's it's different from Goldman, because I think that what I learned at Goldman was very much like the intense corporate lessons. But with the family business, I think that I'm even more aware of hiring people and like working with people that really believe in the company, especially when it's a smaller business. And obviously I care about the company, but it's so rewarding to work with others who also are so committed to Garrett Popcorn as a brand. And I think that having people behind the scenes that truly like love the business, believe in the, you know, future of the brand changes everything. Like, you can have someone good at their job, but if they don't innately know like the brand that they're working for, it doesn't matter, because then they won't truly get it. And so I think that really appreciating the team as a whole is something that I've learned so much more, being at a smaller business, being at a family business. Okay,
let's do a little lightning round of questions that so many people have asked. Let's see. This one's so niche, and I love that for you. Another thing that you're known for. Lightning round. What is the best Tom Ford eyeshadow dupe? Miss Peachy eyeshadow queen.
Okay. Color match wise, it is RMS Luster. Very good. Wears really nicely. I don't love the component. I think it comes out really quickly and it gets a little bit messy. I love the Bobbi Brown shadow sticks. I want to say, I think it's called like golden pink maybe is the closest shade. There are a few pink ones.
What's your color season, and do you believe in it?
I don't know what my color season is.
You should do it.
I think is it soft autumn?
That's what I am. But that's so interesting because we have polar opposite features.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I think I'm a dark autumn.
I'm neutral. I'm not cool toned, I don't think. But I'm very neutral, so that's why I don't know what I am.
I did mine in ChatGPT. It's very easy.
Okay, I tried doing that, and then someone told me it was wrong. I think that's called me a soft autumn, but then other people said I'm a light spring. I don't know.
I think you're a light spring. Did you do it in like natural light with no makeup on?
I think so. I'm gonna have to go back and see what I did. I also think I should just do the professional, but I also, light spring, I think is all pastel colors, which doesn't really speak to me, but
yeah,
we'll see.
It's a fun thing.
Yeah.
I have loved mine, and it's made me really change the way that I get dressed. I'm not like staying away from the other things, but even down to makeup, like the peachy pink wouldn't work on me, but on your skin tone and your hair and your eyes, it's beautiful for you. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, I would try it. It's been really helpful, and I feel like you're the kind of person who likes analytics.
Yeah, I
and
love
would
data.
love the data behind like what you should and shouldn't be wearing. Best vacation spots for a girls trip.
Ooh, for a girls trip, I love a mountain vacation in the winter. I think that's so fun. And then, I mean, I like to go to New York with my friends.
Especially girlfriends.
Yeah.
Go to Polo Bar.
Yeah.
Go out. It's great. That's a good vibe. It's really fun.
Cocktail moment.
I've had a lot of girlfriends do their bachelorettes in New York, and I think that's
fun.
a great vibe.
I did my bachelorette in Cabo, so I love Cabo for a girls trip too. Oh my God, I love that for us.
What's your favorite designer accessory right now?
I think you're about to see me wearing my new Kate zebra clutch a lot.
Great.
I'm very much into that.
Cute. What is your favorite winter shoe?
It's a Kate boot. It's the Kate, I don't even think they make it anymore, the Dallas boot.
This podcast is sponsored by Kate.
Sorry.
It's not,
yeah,
but
can you sponsor me? Thank you. And then I think that from a technical boot standpoint, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. I mean, we don't live in snowy areas.
Yeah.
I have a lot of great Laura Piana winter boots because they make, I forget what it's called, but they have like that rubberized bottom and they're all waterproof. But those are such a splurge. They're like over $1,000.
Totally, yeah.
I honestly, for like rain and winter, I'm such a hunter girl.
I love hunter
like
boots.
I have so many different hunter colors and I love them. Like if it's not broken, don't fix it.
100%. Also a Sorel, like it's cool.
A Sorel, 100%. Hunter also has like very like fashiony ones now, just like normal cute boots. So I would do that in a second.
Yeah.
Last one. What's on your Christmas list this year?
Oh, I don't even know. Probably.
I love that for you.
I know I'm not like, I didn't grow up in like a huge gift family.
Okay.
And so I never, like wish lists are really hard for me. And now I just like buy what I want.
Amen.
I'm going to say like a really cool piece of jewelry. Like I want like a chunky gold plus diamond situation.
Love. Jessica McCormick right now is like
everything.
It's so expensive. I'm not buying any of that. But like it's giving me good inspo for things that I would wear.
It's great inspo.
Yeah.
I don't want to copy any jeweler's art, but I like to look at, Jessica McCormick. I think Ariel Ratner has
so beautiful,
really cool stuff. It's a little bit out of my budget at this point in time, but maybe one day.
Good inspo, great layering, great things to look for.
Yes.
Amazing. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks
I'm so glad I caught you while you were in town.
I know.
So much fun. Again, I've loved your style for so long, and I think it was so fun seeing you in the elevator that day because there are few people that I can kind of walk into that space with and be like, that is a good outfit. And it's stuck in my brain.
I'm so honored.
So I'm really happy to have you on and to get to hear a little bit of behind the scenes of how it all comes together.
Loved it.
Great. Thanks.
Thank you.